Get inspired with the woman empowerment extraordinaire, LaMeel.
Hello, it is me, LaMeel, the Money Goddess, and the host of LaMeel Radio, and I'm so glad to have you here. Today we are recording, what's today? Day 8 of our 10 days of manifesting 10K. And I've been getting a lot of messages inboxing me. You guys have questions, and I think that's great. And I'm going to try to get as many of those questions answered over the next few days as possible. But if you're not too shy, I would really appreciate you guys posting in the group, because you may have some of the exact same questions. You may be experiencing some of the same things that someone else is, and by sharing it, in the group, it helps other people, right? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. So anyway, today, our new alignment practice is on meditation. And but before I get into that, I do want to address one of the concerns that one of our manifestors was having, and he's saying, okay, I get it, I get what you're doing, but I just don't believe it's working. Like, I'm not doing anything, right? He's like, I'm not doing nothing, and it goes against everything I believe in. Okay, so needless to say, unless we correct this 100%, it's probably not going to manifest $10,000. The truth is, he's already had some manifestations of some extra money, but because of his own thought process and him not even seeing that $500 or a little over $500 thus far is truly based on what he is doing, because we're doing vibrational work. And I know that it is 100% contradictory to what we've been taught, to what we've learned as children, right? Those who work the hardest get the most. Those who overcome the biggest obstacles are the biggest winners. You have to work hard to succeed. You don't really deserve success and relaxation unless you put in the effort, right? Forging your own trail, and go against the grain. Like, everything out there right now says that you should be doing something. You should be hustling. You should be full speed ahead. And LaMeel is telling you it's time to meditate. Listen to some good music, and everything will be all right. So this is where you do have to get behind. And when I say get behind, I mean believe, know, trust, and allow that what I'm saying to you, that I didn't make this process up, right? These are universal laws that we're dealing with. And that if you get behind the process emotionally, vibrationally, and go with the flow of this, you are going to reap those rewards. The other thing that you have to know is that if going against the grain, if he who worked the hardest reaped the biggest rewards was true, although it's well known, it's stated often, it is a common belief, but it is a belief that serves no one. Because if in fact it was true and it was law and it worked without a shadow of a doubt, guess what? All of you right now trying to manifest 10K wouldn't have to try to manifest. All you have to do is go to work every day, be a good person, and somebody will offer you the money to work for them. But that doesn't happen. If going against the grain and hustling and grinding was the key to everything, there'd be a lot of single moms out there who are working 2 jobs, a lot of dads out there who are working 2 and 3 shifts, would be financially well off. There's a lot of people who are retiring or at the retirement age and cannot retire because they worked 1 and 2 jobs their whole damn life and it's not enough money to take care of them now that they're at retirement age. So, this is sort of like your matrix moment, right? Do you take the blue pill or do you take the red pill? Like, you know what's down the road of the blue pill, right? You've been there, you're living it. You're going to work every day or you're looking for work, you're grinding, you're hustling, you're doing 2 jobs, you got a full-time job and a side hustle. You are working 80 hours or more a week. And if you're not doing it yourself, you know people who are. And yet, they struggling to pay their bills. They struggling to keep a roof over their heads. They're struggling to make Christmas. Thanksgiving for a lot of them, for a lot of you, may not have even happened without some help. So you know what's down that road. You've watched your parents go down that road and your grandparents, and you got behind it. And that's what you've been doing. All I'm saying is you can keep doing that. But if you get behind this one law and just play with it, life doesn't have to be hard anymore. Life don't have to sit on your shoulders. Let me tell you, I wasn't even single. I was married. I think I might have had, I probably had 6 or 7 kids at that point. And I didn't work outside my home. I ran our family business, which was a nonprofit. And my husband also worked in that business and he worked an outside job. And I wasn't happy. We had a lot of shit. A lot of shit. There wasn't shit that I thought I wanted that I couldn't get, but I wasn't happy. My kids weren't happy. It was a crappy, crappy marriage. There was no co-creating of anything other than fucking misery. And I went to the chiropractor, and I remember when I first started chiropractic treatments, it was with one of the last couple of kids, and he was like, "Oh my God, your shoulder muscles, right in the shoulder blades and leading up to my neck." He said he says they're coated with scar tissue. I've had whiplash probably twice in my youth, but he said your muscles are so tight and they've been tight for so long. They've just scarred over because I was never relaxed. I was always stressed. I was always in this sense of survival, fight or flight, and I'm not saying I've never gone back there. Because yes, things happen. I had a baby die, I had a relationship end, I moved to a new state. Then my family moved away from the state. I was the only person in the family. I got pregnant again. Things happen and you do have some of that fight or flight. But I'm here to tell you, when you really transition out of fight or flight, survival mode every day, all day, life changes. It doesn't have to be a struggle. You don't have to have a hustle. You just have to get in alignment and things will change. And the very first thing that's going to change is you. You're going to change. And then people are going to go, wow, somebody today said to me while I was cooking, you look so at peace. The grease was popping the shit out of me. But internally, I had more peace than I've had in a long time because it's getting better and better and better. Every day gets better and better. Every day is better than the last day. Doesn't mean fuckery happens, but it's for a reason. And now I get the guidance and I get that, that I am being protected and supported. And even though, when you have a baby, that there's so many lessons our children can teach us, but when you have a baby that's learning to walk, right? And they're focused on what they're wanting. And it could be, say it's your glass of wine. They're hella focused and they're up and they're making moves and they're holding on to stuff. They're catching their breath and getting their balance, taking that one step at a time because they want that glass, right? And here you come along and you kind of stand in front of them and you pivot them and they start walking in another direction. Well, the reality is they thought they wanted the glass. They thought that was the end goal, but there was something better for them, something that is specifically meant for them because wine is not for them and they don't know it yet. And here you stepped in like universe steps in for us and gently pivots us to the direction that we want to go. So you may be here saying, I'm here, I want the cash, but perhaps what you really need to learn is to forgive yourself. Maybe what you really needed to learn is that 15 minutes of meditation is going to change your life and heal you of the sickness that you've been carrying around for years. And maybe you end up with better health than you've had in the last 6 months at the end of these 10 days and only $2,000 in cash. But instead of beating yourself up like, well, she said 10K. Well, 10K works if you work it, if you got the right vibration. I could tell you we could manifest 10K tomorrow if your vibration was right and you could hold it and you could sustain it. So, the process, right? And alignment is a practice. Manifesting is a practice. Doctors have practices and we deem them experts about everything and anything that is wrong with us, which is a whole other story. I'm not going to talk about that. But the point is, we hold them in high esteem because they have a practice and they're practicing on us. Yet a lot of you think that practicing alignment, practicing manifesting, because you have to practice it, it don't work. But you'll go to school for 8 years to learn how to do something and another 4 years, and then you open a practice and their word is up there next to God. It doesn't add up. You're here, you're not here by accident. You're here because you want to change, because you need a change, because you know that there's something more. You know that you're meant for something more. You know that God has something amazing in store for you. But there's some shifts that you have to make. A lot of people are confused. Manifesting goes against God, and in reality, it's not. It's a very, very simple breakdown of what's already taught in the Bible, right? You reap what you sow. You have to claim it. There's a lot of little things in there that relate. But that's not what we're here for right now. You're here because you need to quiet your mind, because you're reading these new beliefs that you are trying to put in place, and your mind is saying to you, bullshit. Yeah, you can dance to that music. Yeah, you can say all this nice stuff, but it ain't true. So how are you going to fix that? You're going to fix it by quieting your mind. And today's alignment practice is that you need to just have 15 minutes a day. Excuse me. When I couldn't do 15 minutes, I used to do coffee meditation. And all I would do is sip my coffee, smell it, feel it in my mouth, taste it, drink it, think about it. Nothing but coffee. That was it. Just this freaking cup of coffee. And I had to set a timer because even 5 minutes at that point was hard for me. 15 minutes a day. Sometimes my kids are all over the place and there's so many things going on. And there are times when I just pick a sound in the house. I just pick a sound and I focus on that sound and nothing else. I just focus on that sound. It could be the heater, it could be the fan. Sometimes I'm in the tub and I will turn the fan on and use the fan. You can get an audio. There are apps. But 15 minutes a day is all you need. Okay, now you've been listening to me at this point for 16 minutes and 25 seconds. 15 minutes a day to quiet your mind, say nothing, think about nothing other than what you are focused on. It's hard to think or focus on nothing. So 15 minutes to focus on one thing and nothing but that thing. And you're going to train your mind to shut out all the negative stuff. And you are going to be amazed at how your life changes with 15 minutes a day. And yeah, you can do more than 15 minutes a day. If you can manage that, that is awesome. If you can't, 15 minutes will do you. That's all you need. So we're adding this to what you've been doing all week. And if you haven't noticed the theme here, you are developing an alignment practice. So one of the things that you should be doing is journaling and keeping track. So as you develop the practice, and for some of you, if some things don't work or don't feel good, then you want to leave those out, record it. You may come back to them. Some things didn't feel good to me in the beginning, and I probably know personally and use a revolving 20 or 30 different practices depending on where I am vibrationally with a specific subject. So relationships, intimate ones, friends, families, those hit me harder. And I usually have to put my boat in the water at a lower level, a lower vibrational level. And so I start with some really basic things like what I'm showing you. Let's see. Today I was late getting to the bus stop to get my son, and the bus driver took him back to the school. I was annoyed because I saw that it was going to happen, even though in the midst of it, I changed my thought. I got positive about it. I came very close to making it. I didn't. I had already come to terms with it. It was a possibility and what was it hurting? And I was okay with it before I was emotionally annoyed by it. So I didn't have to do much to fix that. But again, those things and knowing those things and knowing what to do at different stages. Yesterday I talked about, we have that fuck him music playlist. you know? And so when my girls are in a fight with their boyfriends or whatever, like we put that music on because that sad depression is not a place to stay. It's better to be mad than it is to be depressed, right? And then you move up the ladder or the vibrational scale. So teaching you that, mastering that, knowing where you are and what to do to get to the next level is part of my coaching program. And I teach you how to do that because you have, one-on-one access to me um, through an amazing little app that we have. So if you want to get into that during this holiday, um, it is normally $5,000. It's 3 months. You get 2 one-on-ones with me. You get access to me through the app immediately. Um, you get all of my manifesting programs, all of my manifesting courses, and 100% step-by-step guidance. And through the app, when things are happening to you right then, you have me there as your best friend to say, no, how do you feel? Okay, what's the practice? Because you're going to get all of my practices, alignment practices, and which one's going to work. And then when you start to feel yourself coming through it, then you can move on. And that's your work. And that's the work that we do in the coaching. So if you'd like to join, you can go to LaMeel.com and hit on the Crazy Beautiful Life 101 coaching program for more information on that. I do have a group coaching where we only cover one manifesting or vibrational alignment technique a month, and you get access to all previous months. We start in December, and I go deep on one, and I do Q&A, and some people are selected, and I will help them go deep into that alignment practice to raise their vibration live while we're there together. For those who, excuse me, don't mind sharing what's going on, you had the opportunity to work with me, get that coaching, ask all your questions. There's also a live Q&A every month as well. So those are the ways that you can work with me. If you are hearing this still during the holidays, go to LaMeel.com, sign up for the 12 Days of Manifesting Christmas, giving away free gifts and courses from the 1st through the 12th of December. So get your journal out, figure out what's going to be the best meditation practice for you. We just passed 2222. I'm really big on numbers and angel numbers. And do 15 minutes of meditating. You can even find something on YouTube. I have some on my website under courses. So find something that's 15 minutes long and get with it and do it every single day. Every day. You're just going to quiet your mind. Add up your money and get behind this process with your heart. Just know that you know that you know it is working. Because having faith in a process, manifesting something that from a thought to something physical, right? The time that your faith, the time that your focus is needed is when it looks like it's not going to happen. That's when faith kicks in. That's when the knowing kicks in. That is when really understanding how this process works. And if you are brand spanking new to manifesting, then I would say, let's just focus on manifesting a cup of coffee. Do that. I just want a cup of coffee. I want someone to bring me the most delicious cup of coffee ever. Start with that. Why? Because then you can build a record, right? So when you can say, like me, I've manifested 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 houses. I've manifested houses with 6 months rent paid. I've manifested cars with $0. I've manifested people into my life. I manifest money like on a regular. I have manifested money to where there's been a glitch in the computer system and I end up with money, the money exact amount that I needed in my account. Um, and they're like, no, it was our error, keep the money. I have manifested somebody that I don't even know, have never seen, met, or spoken to, call and take care of something that I needed taken care of in less than 24 hours. So it's a building block, right? And you build your muscle. So it's a practice. And I've been practicing and I'm getting better at it. And now you're practicing. So don't get discouraged. And that's why in the beginning I said start with something you can get behind, something that you can believe is possible. I've been sitting in my car and been like, oh, I wish I had 20 bucks in cash because I really want to do A, B, C, and D while I'm waiting, right? I wanted to go somewhere. I didn't have my wallet. And I wanted to go into this cafe and eat while my son was taking care of some business and I had driven him over there. Somebody walked out of the building, dropped $20 right in front of my car, got in their car, drove off. I got out of my car, picked up the 20 bucks and went into the cafe. No lie. So it's possible if you're in the right vibration. I'm here to help you. If you have questions, send me messages, post it in the group. I love you guys and I will talk to you tomorrow.
LaMeel Radio. Empowerment radio for women, by women.